If you know the enemy and know yourself, you need not fear the result of 100 battles.
Germany is charging in. Poland is gonna make a stand here. He has another 5 anti-tank that are rejoining here. He's attacking at the same time the UK, which is moving in, so he's gonna split up here as well. This all looks good. They are making like a suicide push, I don't know what, but I don't think they will succeed, especially not as anti-tank gets a 50% bonus in the forest, if I remember correctly. Let's check out. Yeah, 50%. So that's great. I think they're gonna bring in all their planes here too to support their push. This is like an all or nothing push. It's same here. We are making a push here. They are retreating, so that's great. France is trying here to get an armored car, but he's gonna fail because we are just faster even without forced march. And then finally here in Stettin, they are thinly spread. There's only an armored car here, and as my cruisers are coming in to bombard it, he's pulling back towards Berlin. That's also good. I can take out the airbase, I can kill this naval bomber, and Poland here is already moving in towards Stettin, so that's great. Germany hasn't made his best move here. As you can see, he's still force marching. Now if you force march, every hour you lose 5% of health. So if you're locked in battle while force marching, you're still gonna lose these 5% as well, on top of the damage that you take in battle. So you should never force march into battle, and if you force march into battle, you should force march right before you get locked into melee combat. Germany is locked in melee combat, still force march. This is his mistake, our win. He's attacking with the 1 armored car, 9 infantry and 15 medium tanks. But here you can see 10 anti-tanks in the forest. They get 10% extra. This is like a perfect situation for us. UK is trying to slip by. He's on force march, but there are 3 armored cars that are moving in here on the targets. Those armored cars are being attacked by an attack bomber and a naval bomber. Not that the naval bomber is gonna make a big difference. This tech here in the next shot, it's gonna be gone, in like, or its health will be reduced so low. This is like a perfect situation for us, because if we can manage to take this all out, the rest of Germany will be open. Also here, Germany is retreating, although France is grabbing his chance. So I think that for now Communist Russia should take Liberec and move back to Opel before France can attack. Then he can chase this tech because the French are on enemy territory, they move slower, and once this is dealt with, Germany really lies open, which is great. Things are looking a bit brighter for us. As you can see, the 11 units from the UK are gone. This means that now 19 rocket artillery can tear to shreds the German stack. It has a lot of health left. We have less health, of course, it's a smaller stack, but with the artillery it's gonna make a huge difference. Communist Russia took Liberec. He's moving back towards Opel. He's gonna try to ambush France, which is still advancing. France has now nowhere to go because this is now all enemy territory where he moves 50% slower. With a bit of luck, Communist Russia will be able to give battle to France and to kill those units. By killing those French units, his flank would be secure and he could advance further into Germany, because I am arriving here in Krakow and I've arrived in Ternau, so I can hold the Polish border. Also here we are holding, but we're gonna advance soon because I ordered the Russian Empire to move this stack here, direction of Zalau. Russian Empire also arrived in range of Suceava, so this airbase is not usable, there's no troops here. Yugoslavia is retreating. Also Ukraine is arriving, he's gonna be in range soon. There's a lot of units here, a lot of them, 10 rocket artillery, but he can take it, he can fire back and move as fast as he can out of the killing zone. They still have air dominance, of course, but we have a lot of anti-air, we have more ground units, so maybe, just maybe, we'll be able to push it into a corner from where we can change something. The UK here is taking some Swedish provinces. I really couldn't care less. Everything in Finland is looking good. I was afraid that here in Norway was the entire army of the UK, so I kept troops here, a vast reinforcement, but lucky for us, it was false alarm. There is no units here. So far there are only 3 single units that I have seen, one here, and there's one here somewhere that might try to take Kola, but I'm already moving here to block him. So everything here is good. We are holding our own. We just need to push the enemy team to a breaking point and try to break through Romania and Germany so that we can get into their soft underbelly right here. Germany, France. It's so ripe for the plucking. The only thing we need to do is keep on pushing.
It's about how hard you can get hit and keep moving forward. How much you can take and keep moving forward. That's how winning is done.
Things are getting way more interesting. 10 tactical bombers have arrived in support. There's another 10 arriving. They're targeting only this tech, which is mainly unarmored 3 light armored units, but that's nothing for techs. Little to no anti-air guns, so this is not good for us. But also Germany is getting hammered, as you can see. This is very interesting because if we are able to break through, this is very good for us. But if we lose this fight, then all of our flank here will be open and we're gonna be obligated to retreat further here onto this line, but I would like to avoid this to happen. Communist Russia is going back. He's gonna chase France, which is, as you know, Allies doctrine, so 10% slower. He's in enemy terrain, so he moves another 50% slower. France is gonna help to support the push in Krakow, where Yugoslavia for this moment is marching in. He has 1 anti-air, 6 level 2 artillery, 5 level 3 infantry and a tank destroyer. I have little troops here. This is all I have. 8 anti-air, 10 infantry, which are level 1 and already for 75% damaged, and 4 rocket artillery. I need to be able to hold out up to the moment where Communist Russia can come in for support. The problem is here in Leipzig there are enemy troops, so if he goes to Krakow, then for sure they're gonna try to make the gap here in Breslau upon Sirac, but that's a worry for later. As they move in enemy territory and they move slower, maybe by that time the battle in Krakow is gonna be over and we're gonna be able to reinforce Sirac to make a counter push. Also here in Romania we are moving in again. Airbase has been taken out, or will be taken out soon in like still 37 minutes, but this airbase won't be usable anymore. Our friend here unfortunately isn't reacting. I ordered him to make a counter attack with his artillery and force march out of there, which he isn't doing. In 15 minutes he's gonna get a new attack. If he would force march he would get out of there in time, but he hasn't been very active today. I'm a bit frustrated. He wasn't active this weekend too, but he was at a wedding this weekend, so it's normal that he wasn't that active. He did the best he could, but for War Day he should be more active. He has been very active in our chat. He didn't have his troops in place neither, so it costed us 2 hours and a half at the start of the game. All these things, they add up. I've been able to get a free shot here at the stack of Yugoslavia. He is pulling back as he noticed that he will only be able to take Krakow. He's pulling back with his 2 stacks to Zelina. This is great for me because this means I can join up my 2 stacks, put them here in the hills where I have the advantage. I can merge them together. I was afraid that France would come into support, but actually he has stopped moving. This is great for Communist Russia. With a bit of luck, he can merge his units with his anti-air and continue to move. France is stuck here. This is all enemy territory for him. I hope we're gonna be able to catch France red-handed and that I can continue to hold Krakow. This would be really good. Here on the other hand, the tactical bombers, they're gonna do their real damage here. He has now only 100 health left. Germany still has 522 hit points. We have 100 hit points. This is bad.